Welcome back. We're going to look at S7, and this time we are given the graph itself on the coordinate plane, and we're asked to write an equation from the graph. So it says, what is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form? So they're asking us to write our answer in y equals mx plus b form. So remember, that is slope-intercept form. Now, if you look at the line, the first thing that we're going to do is decide whether or not our slope is positive or negative. Well, it's falling from left to right because you read a graph from left to right, or think of that airplane landing. So immediately we're going to put a negative in front of our slope. Well, one thing that we can do is we can already replace b with our intercept, our y-intercept. Our y-intercept is -5. So we're going to put -5 in place of b. Now if we start at -5, or -5 right here, we're going to count up or down, it's up to you, to find the next intersection. So if I count down, I would go 1, well, that doesn't work. 2, that doesn't work. 3, that doesn't work. 4, over 1. So we were looking at this point right here. So our slope would be -4 over 1, and then we would put the x behind it and write that a little bit bigger. So it would be -4x minus 5. If you want to check, you can also go up and to the left, because that still would make it negative. So if I go up from -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 to the left, my slope would still be -4. So we're just going to type in our equation. Y is equal to -4, place the x behind it, minus 5. Let's look at another. So look at this graph. I'm going to do exactly the same thing that we just did. We have y is equal to the slope represented by m, x plus b, which represents the y-intercept. And let's go ahead and look at the graph. Well, we have y is equal to, again, the line is falling from left to right, so we know our slope is going to be negative. Let's look at our y-intercept. It is at -7, so we are going to replace b with -7. Start at -7 and count down until you find an intersection. So down 1, and then to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be down 1, to the right 6, and then we would place our x. So our slope would be y is equal to -1 divided by 6, x minus 7. All right, so our next one would be, again, y is equal to mx plus b, where m is our slope, b is our y-intercept. Let's first decide, is this a positive slope or a negative slope? The line is falling from left to right like an airplane landing, so we know our slope is going to be negative, so we're going to put a negative sign in front of whatever that number is. Let's look at our y-intercept. It is -40. So we're going to start at -40, and let's count down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. So then we could say that our slope is -10x minus 40. Now what I want to do is, when these numbers get higher like this, I like to pick 2 points and find the slope that way, just to verify that my number is correct. So I'm going to use points 40, or negative 40, excuse me, 0 as my x1, y1. And then I'm going to use the y-intercept at 0, negative 40. And then we're going to use slope is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So negative 40 minus negative 40. And then I just noticed I did that wrong. It's actually negative 40 minus 0. Negative 40 minus 0. And then we're going to do 0 minus negative 40. So 0 minus negative 40. Notice I have a minus and negative here. In the formula itself, these negatives or these subtraction signs do not replace the negative that is in front of a number. You have to use both. So negative 40 minus 0 is negative 40. 0 minus negative 40 means plus 40, because I want you to think about English, how you have a double negative, and that really means that it's positive. So if we do negative 40 divided by 40, we actually get negative 1. So our slope should be y is equal to negative 1x minus 40. That's why it's so important that you verify your answers. Just because you get an answer doesn't mean that it's right, as we can see. So let's go ahead and see here if I go from negative 40 down 1 to the right 1. That would be right. So y is equal to negative x minus 40. All right, let's look at this one. And I think we'll make this the last one. So we've got in front of us this graph, and our first thing to decide is whether or not we have a positive slope or a negative slope. Well, as you can see, the line is rising from left to right like an airplane taking off. So we're not going to put a negative in front of our slope. We're going to leave it a positive. We do see that our y-intercept is negative 8, so we're going to replace b with negative 8. And let's see what our slope would be. So if I go up 1 and over 1, that won't work because the line is crossing here. I can go up 2 over 1. So up 2 over 1. So our line, the equation of our line would be y is equal to 2x minus 8. Now again, you can write this either way, 2 over 1x minus 8 or just 2x minus 8. So y is equal to 2x minus 8. We'll do no more. I think I'm done. All right, I'll see you on the next video.